thank you for joining us during your midterm study break for this edition of WTOP 10 News. You won't regret it. I'm Larry Bergen.
And I'm Annie Flaherty.
Coming up, Central New York police stations are looking for the new suspect identified in the home invasion earlier this month in the Cortland County.
Plus, doctors are scrambling to stop people from using a cheap heroin knockoff. It's been coming into the United States from Russia, and it's made its way into Syracuse, New York.
But first, a quick check with your weather meteorologist, Richard Garukas.
Hey Richard, how's it looking?
It's looking great out there, actually, despite it being a little cool. It's 52 degrees right now, mostly cloudy conditions. The winds are calm, and the humidity is a little bit up there at 93%. So as we preview the week, though, there's a lot of changes that are going to be taking place. We have this big dip in the jet stream that's going to be bringing colder air down from Canada, and as it does, it's going to create an unsettled pattern with opportunities for showers throughout the week and much chillier temperatures. And we can even preview that in our 3-day outlook with temperatures generally in the upper 60s for tomorrow. That's going to be the best day of the week. Then we're going to bring in a lot of rainfall on your day on Wednesday with temperatures warming a little bit to around 68. And for Thursday, we'll have some clouds and lingering showers with temperatures holding steady in the low 60s.
Well, Eddie, it looks like I need to go to Walmart tomorrow to buy some new galoshes for this rain that we're having up.
It's definitely the weather that I've been expecting here in Oswego.
Now, last Monday when we had that night off, I thought we were, enjoy a nice night or a nice day.
Nope.
We just got rain the whole time.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on to local news. Cortland County investigators have identified the fourth suspect involved in a Cortlandville home invasion that occurred on October 4th. Devon E. Williams is the man who fled the scene of the crime and is still on the loose. Williams, along with 3 other suspects, are reported to be responsible for stabbing a local woman multiple times, assaulting her and her boyfriend, threatening to harm their 4-year-old daughter, and stealing more than $3,000 and cell phones.
Nicole Avery, a woman of Fulton, was seen stealing a coffee press and 2 shower curtains at the Granby Walmart last week. On Friday, she went back to the store with 2 friends who claimed that they were returning the items. Avery was charged with the misdemeanor of petty larceny, defined as the theft of objects with a low value. Avery's 2 friends, Michelle Dillingham and Danielle Dillingham, were charged with 5th-degree criminal possession of stolen property. The 3 women are expected to appear at Granby Town Court in early November.
There is one word that upstaters should be cautious about, and that is crocodile. No, this is not a made-up word. It is actually a drug that could possibly be on the streets of Syracuse soon. The drug gets its name because the flesh-eating substance causes addicts to suffer from rotten flesh and muscle tissue and form crocodile-like skin, as well as causing addicts to die between 2 to 4 years. This drug has shown up in drug tests in states such as Arizona, Illinois, New York, and Utah.
Over the weekend, multiple guns, hunting equipment, and a truck were all stolen in Auburn. All of these burglaries took place between 5 different homes. Auburn police are still looking for suspects, and they have not yet recovered the items nor the truck. The truck was identified as a gray 2004 Ford F-150 pickup. Police suggest that all residents of the Northwest Auburn area take the necessary precautions of locking their doors and their windows. Anyone who has information on these burglaries are asked to contact the Auburn Police Department.
To become recognized by the U.S. Army Marching Band is one of the highest honors for any high school marching band member.
This past Thursday, Oswego High School celebrated 2 students who have caught the eye of U.S. Army All-American Marching Band. Josh Martin tells us all about the excitement at the celebration.
To become a United States Army All-American is one of the highest honors a high school band student can receive. It takes courage, discipline, and integrity. Oswego High School's own Emily King and Cassandra Hondro show these traits and much more.
Cassie and Emily will join an exclusive club of 125 of the best band members across the country in January, where the U.S. Army football game is played.
The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is a unique celebration of the American youth and the American soldier. Not just anyone can be a soldier, and not just anyone can be a United States Army All-American. To become either takes mental, physical, and emotional strength that few possess and even fewer employ.
Emily and Cassandra embody the characteristics and values of an Army strong soldier, and we are proud to have them on our team and to have them wear the All-American colors.
For the newest additions to the All-American Band, this experience has been tough, but rewarding.
It's pretty intense right now. Like, I don't know what to think, honestly, because it's all just kind of a whirlwind right now because it's so surprising and it's such an honor.
It's really exciting. I'm a little bit nervous about the flight, but we'll see how that goes.
For more than 13 years, the United States Army All-American Bowl has established itself as the nation's premier high school sporting event and has featured a host of future NFL stars as well as outstanding musicians. Musicians like Emily and Cassandra. At Oswego High School, Josh Martin, Oswego Now.
Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield says with great reluctance that they will be dropping health insurance that will affect over 22,000 insurance holders from the central New York area. The company itself also withdrew from Medicaid-funded programs due to a fear of losing about $100 million. Social services workers all over the demographic area anxiously are trying to provide a plan to make sure current customers are taken care of.
Early Saturday morning, Auburn police officer David Walters was hospitalized after an altercation with a drunk driver. Anthony McNeely refused to pull his car over and instigated a police chase. Officer Walters was trying to arrest McNeely when he struck his head on the pavement. Walters was recently released from the hospital but has not yet returned to work. McNeely faced 6 different charges, including second-degree assault, driving while intoxicated, resisting arrest, and fleeing a police officer.
The Columbus Day open house that occurred on the SUNY Oswego campus earlier today drew huge numbers of students and what was in some eyes a huge success. Administration's presentations, student-guided campus tours, and a chance to talk with representatives from all over the campus majors were some of the few activities occurred today throughout the whole day. Representatives and faculty staff are holding their heads up high as they prepare for the next incoming class for the 2014 spring semester.
Earlier this evening, the Women's Studies program screened the documentary Pink Ribbons in the Campus Center. The film focused on the commercialization of the breast cancer movement, human generosity, hope, and trust. Students and faculty were able to watch the screening for free. As part of the Take Back the Night events, the screening was a hit.
Stay tuned for your full weather forecast with Storm Team meteorologist Richard Garukas.
And later, Dan North will have your full sports update. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
We are the Tigers from Pack 885. And you are watching WTOP. Yeah!
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster in Class of '87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting mediasummit.org for updates.
My husband! Where's my husband?
Stop.
What's she doing? 2,
She was a passenger. So I was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk. I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, so you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Good Monday night to you, Oswego. I hope you had a good first day of classes. Temperatures are currently 52 degrees at this hour with a calm wind, and the humidity's up there at 93%, so it might feel a little bit moist outside. Temperatures across the state range from the low 40s down in Jamestown, mid 40s, to low 60s in the eastern part of the state. Actually, our warm spot is Albany, and our cold spot is at Jamestown of 46. Sorry for the color mix-up there. Current radar shows nothing really happening outside right now, hence the dry conditions. Our main weather headlines for the week are going to be mostly sunny conditions early. Cooler temperatures are going to be the rule this week. You'll really notice that compared to the weekend. And then as the week goes on, we're going to have to bring in more and more transits of scattered rain showers and temperatures dropping off even cooler. The cooler conditions are going to all be because of a big dip in the jet stream, or trough as we like to call it, over the middle part of the country. And that's going to allow a lot of chilly air from Canada to ooze its way southward into the Great Lakes. And that's going to make this pattern quite unsettled with showers, clouds, and quite breezy conditions along with those cooler temperatures. So you'll really feel it. So for tonight, expect a low of around 49 degrees. It's going to be mostly clear, so not a bad night at all, especially compared to later on in the week. But for tomorrow, expect temperatures to be around 66 degrees, mostly sunny conditions, and a great day to get outside, and you'll enjoy it, especially compared to the rest of the week. So as we break up the day tomorrow, as you go into class at 8 a.m., expect around 49 degrees. Then by noon, expect temperatures around 61 degrees. And then by 5 p.m., expect temps around 65 degrees with that high of 66. Tomorrow night, expect it to drop to around 59 degrees. Clouds are going to increase ahead of those weather systems moving in, and a light southerly breeze. Sorry about that there. And over the next 5 days, we have one picture-perfect day tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-60s. And then we'll bring in quite a bit of rain on Wednesday with temperatures generally in the upper 60s. And then as the week goes on, we're going to have more rain showers continuing, temperatures stuck in the 60s, even dropping into the 50s as we head into the weekend.
I think this is finally the fall weather that everyone's been anticipating.
Yeah, but I'm shaking my head at that humidity, though. 93%? That's whether, they're going to start playing tricks on you. I don't even think it's worth, showering, because I'm just going to, be wet the second I get outside, from sweating so much.
That might be because of that rain we had this morning. It's still drying out a little bit, but...
Yeah, that rain has been killer lately. Hopefully, it just clears out very soon.
Yep,
Thank you, Rich. Thanks, Richard. Now let's take an extensive look at our local state news. 7 bikers were arrested for reckless driving on Long Island Expressway earlier this afternoon. According to police, many concerned locals called in and complained about the bikers and their reckless decisions. After the police responded to the calls, the bikers were taken into custody and their bikes were impounded immediately. After this incident comes just weeks after police say another biker's reckless driving led to a road rage incident in New York City that ended with a clash with an SUV driver.
Many New York Republicans are raising the idea of Donald Trump running against Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo in next year's election. Trump stated in an interview with Fox News that he has not even thought about running next year. And although he has stated that he has not considered it, Republicans do not think this idea is too far-fetched. They believe that since Trump has a lot of money, it can be used for campaign funds, leading to strong polling numbers. Only time will tell who the candidates for this next election will be.
Rescue agencies have started the relief and rehabilitation operations after the intensity of cyclonic storm Phelan in India. As a precautionary measure, at least 100,000 people were evacuated to a safer place. Prior to the storm, this natural disaster, however, had destroyed the standing crops and left many homeless and about 14 dead. The focus has now moved to help the families of lost loved ones and provide shelter to people who have lost their homes in the many villages that have been affected by the natural disaster. 14 days into partial government shutdown, the Senate is still working on a deal to raise the debt ceiling and reopen the government.
With President Obama meeting with congressional leaders and some senators expressing optimism, could we be in a deal this week? Melissa Rainey from CNN has the latest.
Monday morning, Senate Republican leaders gave an update on their progress on reaching a debt deal.
We're on the right page and in the right paragraph. We're making progress. We're going to continue to meet throughout the day.
Meanwhile, President Obama visited a D.C. food pantry where he didn't mince words, calling the shutdown completely unnecessary. He once again urged Congress to put aside their differences.
And if Republicans aren't willing to set aside some of their partisan concerns in order to do what's right for the country, we stand a good chance of defaulting. And defaulting would have a potentially devastating effect on our economy.
As the Senate reconvened mid-afternoon, Majority Leader Harry Reid and his Republican counterpart Mitch McConnell both said they are optimistic.
We've had an opportunity over the last couple of days to have some very constructive exchanges of views about how to move forward. Those discussions continue, and I share his optimism that we're going to get a result that will be acceptable to both sides.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Coming up, Sarah DeGeorge will give us a look at the latest with SUNY Oswego's campus events.
And later, we have your full sports update with Dan North. Stick around, you're watching WTOP 10 News.
The forest is precious. One careless act caused by people, and its beauty could be gone for a lifetime. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster and class of '87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting mediasummit.org for updates.
Every night before the show, me and the guys, we like to loosen up a little bit.
Blue, 42, hike!
Every now and then, Dan likes to take it a little too far. But hey, the show's all about competition, so we'll take it.
Stupid Dan with stupid football and stupid running.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
I'm Sarah DeGeorge, and tonight I will be covering this year's Great Pumpkin Run 5K, where the SUNY Oswego community came out to help support the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Several students, faculty, and staff came out for this year's Great Pumpkin Run here on the Oswego campus. It was a perfect overcast day for this year's 5K. Many enthusiastic runners came out to this year's run, including Oswego's own faculty and staff.
Came out today just to run around a little bit, have a good time with some friends, support cancer research. I think it's a great cause. We've been doing the pumpkin run for 7 or 8 years. Started out, we had about 50 people at the most. It's grown since then. It's been a fundraiser as well. We've been doing this for the Susan G. Komen Foundation, Race for the Cure. Kind of go along with the theme of October, the pink theme, the breast cancer theme. Also kind of fits with the rest of the campus. There's some other events for the same foundation, and our fundraising efforts go into theirs as well.
A section of supporters gathered at the finish line to cheer on the Pumpkin Run participants. Coming in first place was Chris Koch with a time of 18 minutes and 4 seconds. Tom Bodner came in a close second with 18 minutes and 53 seconds. And Kyle Brayton came in third place.
Yeah,
a nice community event, and it's like for a good cause, so I was happy to run.
October could not be a better time for the pumpkin run in correlation with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The run is a fun way to bring together the Oswego community to support the Susan G. Komen Foundation and breast cancer awareness.
Come and do the pumpkin run! Just saying, it's awesome. And maybe you'll be the pumpkin.
Well, it looks like a lot of fun, Sarah. You know, these people running this event in 18 minutes, or it seems a lot of hard work. Reminds me of my track days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was a great event for the Oswego community to come out, support breast cancer awareness, and the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
Like you said, the campus community is really helping the greater community. In this
Oh yeah,
perspective.
absolutely. Faculty, staff came out. It was a great event overall.
Thank you. Speaking of marathons, an inspirational story stemmed from the Chicago Marathon, which took place on Sunday, October 13th, and went into early hours of this morning. Although Michael Melamed, a Venezuelan man, suffers from muscular dystrophy, a disease in which muscles are extremely weak, he was able to complete the marathon. It took Melamed about 16 hours and 46 minutes to cross the finish line. He was one of 40,000 runners to take part in the marathon this year.
And now we'll have our full sports update with Dan North.
Of the week have been named. Bailey Waterbury of the women's soccer team and Mike Knabb of the men's soccer team are the ones receiving the honor. Waterbury did what she does best this past weekend, and she was instrumental in the Lakers' offense. She recorded 1 goal and also an assist, as she adds to her assist total a team-high 6 on the year. Knabb was also leading the way for the Lakers this weekend, scoring the only goal for his team. He leads his Lakers with goals scored and ties the team high for assists. Congratulations to both of these athletes. Well, soccer wasn't the only thing going on here in Oswego this weekend, as the women's volleyball team took the court. The Lakers faced off against SUNY Geneseo and also rival SUNY Plattsburgh. The Lakers defeated Geneseo earlier in the day Saturday, but Lakers had struggle against the Plattsburgh Penguins. Oswego ultimately lost the game, splitting the day 1-1. Lindsay Shampito was instrumental in both of the Lakers' matchups, as she had a total of 35 assists in the 2 games. The Lakers are now 14-11 overall, and their next game will be at St. John Fisher College on Wednesday. And while with all the football teams in New York struggling, which one can fans count on? This week we turn to the Buffalo Bills, who replaced injured quarterback E.J. Manuel with former Duke QB Thad Lewis. It was indeed a good one, as Lewis and company took on the tough defense of the Cincinnati Bengals. They looked sharp throughout the game, but a few miscues here and there might have cost them the game. Lewis proved to be better than expected, though, as he led his team down the field in the final 2 minutes, tying the game at 24. But the Bengals took the game to overtime and ended up winning by a field goal, 27-24. The Bills fall to 2-4 on the season and face the Miami Dolphins next week. And finally, the storming Indianapolis Colts take on the San Diego Chargers in tonight's Monday night matchup. The Andrew Luck-led Colts come in at 4-1, and they're playing some great football. They're atop the AFC South right now, leading the Tennessee Titans, who are the next best at 3-3. The Chargers come in at 2-3, and they are third in the AFC West behind the last 2 undefeated teams, Denver and Kansas City. Indianapolis currently leads the game 3-0, and we will have an update on that score coming up later in the show. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Coming up after the break, The Walking Dead walks into record ratings last night.
And later, Richard Garukas will give us a final update of your forecast. But first, take a look at your community calendar. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
Thanks.
You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Al Roker, class of 76, Oswego State University. You're watching WTOP, Channel 10. We didn't have this when I was in school. We just had radio and smoke signals.
We are Cub Scouts from Oswego, Pack 888, and you are watching WTOP.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster and class of 87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting mediasummit.org for updates.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Season premiere of The Walking Dead earned the highest ratings that the show has ever received. The season 4 kickoff was watched by 16.1 million people and earned an 8.2 rating. This certainly bypassed the previous highest rating episode, being the finale of season 3. The season 4 premiere had 41% more viewers in the main demographic, consisting of ages from 18 to 49. The potential that this season has is extremely high and is estimated to keep drawing viewers in.
If you're a chocolate lover, it may come as bad news to know that these prices are on the rise. Recently, weather has not been ideal to cocoa-producing countries, which has pushed up the cost of ingredients and the demand over the past 12 months. The price of cocoa butter has increased by 70%. Some companies within the industry will be reducing the amount of cocoa in the product or reduce the size of the product. Instead of raising prices as expected, manufacturers are concerned with the idea of losing their loyal customers.
Definitely bad news if it's a chocolate story.
Yeah, it's definitely bad news. I'm a big fan of chocolate myself,
Me too.
but luckily, ice cream-wise, I'm a vanilla guy. So.
Yep.
All right. Richard, final weather update. What do you got for us, buddy?
Well, as we break your day up tomorrow, as you go to class, temperatures are going to start off in the upper 40s early in the morning around 8 a.m., then slowly rise through the 50s the rest of the morning, peaking out in the low to mid 60s by afternoon. So tomorrow is going to be the best day of the week. A lot of sunshine temps in the mid 60s. Then unfortunately it's downhill from there with rain showers and cooling temperatures. And I just want to remind you that you can follow us on Twitter at WTOP10. You can also look us up on Facebook at WTOP10TV. And you can send us an email at meteorology@WTOP10.com.
Thank you, Rich. Always a great fan of your work. And Dan, what do you got as an update for this Monday Night Football game between the Colts and the Chargers?
All right, so a little surprise for you here. The Indianapolis Colts are losing right now, 13-6 to the San Diego Chargers in the middle of the third quarter. I got the Colts winning this one, but I'm kind of surprised the Chargers have come out playing. Phillip Rivers has been on and off this season, but I'm pretty impressed with the Chargers leading this game right now.
Yeah, he's definitely been living up to more than people thought he would this year. But other than sports right now, I don't know about you guys, but midterms has been, being a pain to me all week. How you guys been doing with midterms?
Studying a lot.
How about you, Rich?
Yeah, studying a lot. I've had tests the last 3 weeks in a row, and I have a little bit of a break this week, but I think next week I have a couple more tests coming up.
Yeah, fortunately, all my midterms are over. I'm pretty happy to get those out of the way. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, other than Dan being the lucky one here, that's all the time that we have here for this edition of WTOP 10 News. Keep studying, Oswego. I'm Larry Bergen.
And I'm Annie Flaherty. Stay